This week on the podcast, we talked about coming into our feminine spirit, how we can work with our feminine spirit, and when we are feeling rushed or when we have this tight grip of control on our life or anything that's going on, how can we soften and come back into the fluid state of the feminine energy of the mother, be held by the mother. If you haven't watched that episode, go ahead and check it out. And if you are coming from over there, what's up? Welcome to this channeled message where we are going to channel the mother, the feminine spirit, the she-her energy, to see if she has any wisdom to give us as to why we might be feeling rushed, what we can do when we have found that we are gripping and controlling our lives. And just, I'm going to leave it open to see whatever she wants to bring for us who are watching this video. So, yes, let's go ahead and tune in and see what wisdom she has to share with us. I'm connecting with her and I just feel this deep, unconditional love. And it brings tears to my eyes, just connecting in with this very soft energy, very gentle and wise, very, very wise energy as well. She's letting us know that anytime we need her, she is here for us. And to come to the altar, to come into the place where we feel most safe, and to call upon her, and to know that you are held by her at all times. And that her support is here for you anytime you need it. And she wants to share too, just as humanity rebalances the masculine and feminine energies, the feminine comes into our lives in the way of strong masculine energies. The feminine almost sparks this within ourselves so we can see how acting strongly in our masculine energy affects us. She wants us to learn first what it is like to sit on the far side of the pendulum swing in the masculine, so she can then come in and rework. It's this way that she is kind of mastering and teaching us how to sit in the feminine. And we have to experience the far side of the masculine to fully understand the scope of the feminine power and gentleness and nurturing. And so if you find yourself in a state where your masculine is heavy right now, where you're going, you're rushing, you aren't taking time to receive, know that this could be a moment of wisdom taught by the feminine energy. And when you notice and you realize and you choose to stop and start to listen to your body, to your emotions, receiving the wisdom from your spirit, you then open this gateway for the feminine to come in. And as she comes in, she works with the masculine energies that you've been in, and she softens them. And she's able to intertwine herself strongly with the high-powered masculine energies and bring them into deep balance. And she's saying, if you're already in your feminine, you can call upon her to help you rebalance and welcome in your receiving abilities for the masculine energy. And so she is kind of just pointing to the things that are happening on Earth with humanity and this rise in the feminine power. But she's showing that a lot of this rise is coming from masculine energy. It's coming from these wounds that the feminine has experienced. And she wants to guide us to not act from the place of our wounds, but to heal the wounds inside of us first. Reconnect with the feminine energy on an individual level, and then take action and move forward once you have received and sat in receiving. She's saying that some of these acts by women for the feminine spirit and energy are actually coming from a place of aggression. They're coming from the unhealed version of self. They are coming from the ego, and they are coming from a place of impurity. And that is not actually how the feminine spirit works. So she really wants to remind you to go inward, connect with the nature of nurturing yourself, connect with your ability to receive and create, to purify yourself first, and to really look inward. It's really emphasizing the inward introspection. Yeah, self-introspection. She's saying, like, the feminine spirit wants to hug. It wants to welcome. It wants to listen. It wants to help heal. It wants to nurture. And so allow her to help you do this. And by opening your own energy to the mother, then you are able to hold this space for all of humanity, for the others in your life. She says this rushing energy really stems from fear. There are these fear signals that are being sent out to humans, and because many humans are just ungrounded and disconnected from their spirit, body, mind, emotions, these fear spirits are really, and signals are really able to come in and attach. So she wants you to be aware that a lot of the fear that you might be feeling is not actually yours. And this fear that there's not enough time, this fear that you won't be able to do it all, this fear that you are going to be left behind, this fear that you aren't doing enough. This all stems from lack frequency. And this all stems from a overpowered masculine energy. And she wants to remind you to not be hard on yourself if you have slipped into this. It is all for learning. It is all for expansion and evolution. She's saying that once on the planet, there was a very overpowering feminine spirit, and it showed its shadow. And to balance that out, we stepped into an era of overpowered masculine energy, and that's what we're finding on Earth right now. And she's saying we needed to experience both to find the balance in between them. So as this feminine energy rises, as this mother energy rises on the planet, allow it to soften this lack. Allow the knowing that abundance is overflowing, that we all are able to create whatever we wish to create, that we are so held. And if we really can tune into this holding, this being held, it will happen. She's saying life works in miraculous ways, and if you can soften and open yourself to receiving, that is when she is able to do her work. She's able to really come in and show up and provide for you. But if you're constantly going and going and going, there is no room for her. So open yourself up to this magic, to this wisdom. And I want to ask you, Mother Spirit, are there any practices that can really benefit us as we are feeling the rise of feminine energy within our own beings? What is beneficial for us to welcome this in? Sitting with an open field, sitting in openness, holding the knowing that when these emotions come forward, or this trauma comes forward, or when a way of being steps forward, it is coming forward so it could be healed, processed, and released. So when you catch yourself in something, again, don't shame yourself. Notice it. Call upon the healing, do what you need to heal, and move forward acting differently. The feminine spirit is this ever morphing, ever growing, ever shifting and evolving energy. And if we can continue to do that in our own lives, then we are finding the balance of masculine and feminine, because the masculine allows and creates the momentum for those shifts to happen, and the feminine opens the receiving and is ever fluid to then match where that masculine energy is leading it. And so remember, it's a harmony of two energies, not just one or the other, but it's the togetherness that creates the whole. We need men. We need the masculine. We need the providers, the protectors, the people of service, in order to have the caretakers, the visionaries, the nurturing spirit. So it's this harmony of two. And a lot of the messages on Earth right now from particular groups are trying to teach that the masculine energy is bad. And she really wants to erase this. The masculine energy is not bad. It is not negative. It is simply wounded right now. It is wounded and acting from a place of destruction and lack and negative frequencies, but that does not mean it is negative. Hold this knowing that in order to heal the masculine energies on the planet, the feminine must rise on the individual level within yourself from a healed and secure place. And as it rises from a place of purity, it then touches the masculine energies and ripples out into the collective. Hold yourself today. Give yourself a hug. And know that you can access the mother within you. It's within everyone. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, feminine energy. I appreciate those beautiful messages. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content. You can watch the podcast on the YouTube channel, or you can listen to it on Spotify. And be sure to check the links below. My Instagram is there if you'd like to connect more. My website if you'd like your own channeled message or light language healing or Reiki healing. And be sure to hold yourself today. Show yourself some love and open yourself to being held by the mother.